beautiful friends. Welcome back to the channel and to this week's Pick a Card reading. This week we're doing just a message that you were meant to find. So if you're not familiar with Pick a Card readings, let me give you a little bit of a rundown. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Once you've chosen your pile, you'll go down into the description box below and find the timestamp that leads you directly to your personal reading. So that'll be fun. If you need a little bit of help picking your pile with some crystals, let's pop some crystals on there for you, shall we? Okay, so pile number 1 has this piece of clear quartz. Pile number 2 has some snowflake obsidian. And pile number 3 has this lovely piece of goldstone. So if you want to take just a minute, pause the video if you need a little bit more time to pick your pile, and then head down to the timestamp. Know that you cannot pick incorrectly. This is just a message meant to find you, that you're meant to find however you want to look at it, and it is impossible to pick wrong. So something about the deck pile that you will choose has something in it to resonate with you. So that being said, let's get into the reading. Welcome to your reading, my beautiful pile number 1 pickers. If you chose the clear quartz, you are in the right place. So we'll set him up there. Today we're reading from the Universal Weight. As usual, some animal messengers and some shapeshifters are coming to talk with us a little bit today. I'm excited to report that I do have a new oracle deck that we'll start seeing on the channel here in the next little bit. But I did a little bit different. Instead of picking out the same number of cards for everybody, I just shuffled until the deck dropped the cards that you need to see. So this really is a message that you need to see. I'm doing a little bit different with my camera setup, so I hope that everything will be clear and able to be seen from you all. All right, so let us start with our oracle cards, shall we? So today you have Deep Dark Sea Mermaid, and she says, find solutions in the unknown places in the darkness, and raised by wolves, you belong. Okay, so these two cards are basically kind of echoing each other, in my opinion, and in the message that I am getting to tell you all, in that you might think that you do not fit in wherever it is you are, whether it's a friend group, whether it's a workplace, family, you don't feel like you belong. But the card that says raised by wolves is definitely telling me to tell you, you do belong. So you need to find your tribe where you do belong, okay? And finding solutions in the unknown places in the darkness is kind of echoing that, where you might not feel like you belong where you are right now, but if you look in the places that you wouldn't have thought to look, you will find that sense of belonging. Okay, pile number 1. Let's see what your tarot has to say. So you have the Seven of Cups. You have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Eight of Swords. And you have the Page of Wands. Okay, let's see what we have to say. Let's see here. What is Spirit telling me to tell you all? So with the Queen and the Ten of Pentacles, I am seeing that you are in a position where you feel, excuse me, my friends, energy's coming up my throat chakra, so I apologize for that. Apparently there is a message that you all need to hear. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles are both telling me that you are either in a place of material and financial stability, or that's something that you really, really, really are desperately looking for. So if you are, this is a general reading, so some of it's going to resonate with some of you and some of it isn't. But the Eight of Cups, or excuse me, the Seven of Cups is saying you got a lot of options here, okay? Do you pick the things, the known quantities, or do you hold out for that unknown thing? Excuse me. But are you going to be forced into choosing blindly, where you got your Eight of Swords here? But on the other side, you've also got a message coming in. The Knight of Swords usually says that it's a message, an offer, some kind of indication of which direction that you need to choose. And the Page of Wands is showing you need to, hold on to your creativity. And this message that's going to come kind of out of the blue. The Knight of Swords tends to be one of those. The Knights tend to be messages for me of various types. And so this one is, I'm coming kind of out of the blue, and I'm going to give you everything that you're looking for if you'll harness the creativity and use what I tell you to move forward. So you're going to find those solutions, as we were just saying with the shapeshifter, you're going to find those solutions in places that you would never have thought to look for them. Okay, pile number one. So you're being faced with a lot of options, a lot of opportunities, a lot of directions that you could go in. And so I recommend to you to really, sit with some introspection, look internally, meditate, maybe pull out your journal. Since this is the Swords, it's a lot about intellect and thinking and things like that. And so really just pull all of your faculties together and your creativity and let this guidance help you figure out which direction that you need to go. And that will lead you towards this financial stability, this financial abundance, the material, home, all of that stuff, okay? And if you can hear my dog in the background, I do apologize. There's someone walking by and she just has a fit when that happens. Okay, so let's see what animals we have today. All right, this is one of my favorite little animals. I think they're so cute. Okay, so you've got Sloth. And he says, consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. Then you've got Tortoise. When changes are made for the sake of change itself, resist. And mouse. Be persistent and incisive, and all the obstacles will be overcome. Okay, so this one is, it's kind of funny that I said, you know, on your journal. This one is telling me, write down all the things that you're grateful for every day. Even the smallest things, whether it's that first cup of coffee in the morning, whether it's your favorite nail polish color went on sale, whether it's your car started the first time and you were worried about your car. You know, write down everything that you're grateful for, even the smallest of things. Okay, that's what sloth is telling you. Then you've got all of these changes that are in your face, and you know, it's encouraging you. You've got these options, but the tortoise is telling you, my friends, if you're trying to make a change just because you're bored or it's just for change's sake, hold off a minute. Wait for that guidance. Wait for spirit, the universe, God, goddess, deity, whoever you listen to as your higher power. Wait for that guidance in the form of inspired action, okay? Be persistent with it, though. You know, don't just not change. You're like, okay, am I bored? Do I feel like I need to make a change just because I'm bored? But then not making that change can also be a problem. So be persistent. And all of the obstacles that you have in your way, you know, all these things that are hidden from you right now, the decisions that you thought you needed to make but didn't, you know, just be persistent with yourself, be introspective, and really think about these things, and your obstacles will be overcome. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope something resonated with the cards with you today, this week. I'm hoping that you have had an amazing week so far and that you have a wonderful week to come. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it, it's a message that you needed to hear. If something did resonate with you, I would really, really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff that YouTube creators ask you to do when you see one of their videos, because it really does help out the channel, even though it only takes you but a few moments. If you are so inclined and would like to support the channel in a more material way, there will be a link down in the description, along with the link to all of the cards that I have used today. But a link down in the description to an Amazon wish list of other oracle cards and tarot cards and things like that we could definitely use for the channel. And if you do feel so inclined to gift us, you will be credited when we use the deck that you gift us. So we would really, really appreciate it. And all that being said, I wish you the very best and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye. Okay, welcome to your reading pile number 2. If you chose this piece of Snowflake Obsidian, you are in the right place. I'm going to trade out for pile number 1 stone and set that right up there. As I said in the intro, this is just a message meant for you to find, meant to find you, however you want to look at it. Today we're reading from the Universal Weight deck. We're also, as usual, reading from some animal messengers and some shapeshifters. I will link to all of the cards that I used today down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started with your Oracle of the Shapeshifters today. Let's see what we've got for you. You have Once Upon a Midnight Dreary. And she says, creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. And then you have the fairy ring. And that says new skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. And as I've said in other readings with this deck, it's still relatively new to me, and those are cards that have not come up to me just yet. So I'm going to pull out Ye Old Guidebook. As I've said, we are normalizing needing to read from the book. You have number 31, 37, if that means anything to you. So let's see, 31, once upon a midnight dreary. You have at present a wonderful clear connection to the divine, and so the sacred is speaking through you. It may be through your hands, and a painting may come. Through the air, a poem may thunder towards you, and it is your role at this time to write it down. Because the creative joy and impulse is not yours, it does not belong to you, but must be caught for a time, brought through into this world via your body, and brought to life in this world by your work and holy acts. Okay. So basically what this card is saying to me, without reading the entire entry in the book and therefore potentially violating copyright, but basically what we're saying here is you're feeling a creative spark, pile number 2. Ride the wave. Okay. And so the fairy ring, I don't even think I need to pull the book out with that little creative jolt that we got from the first card, is you're feeling creative. You're like, okay, I really want to learn how, or I really want to paint this landscape. You know, I look out my front window and I see this beautiful view and I really want to paint it, but I don't know how. So the fairy ring is saying, all right, pile number 2, you don't know how to do it? It's time to learn. Because it's saying new skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. And so it's your obligation as a being to feel that creative spark and to go with it. That is your way to worship right now, pile number 2, is the message that I'm getting for you. So if you don't know how to write a sonnet, an Elizabethan sonnet, then figure it out. Go learn what the rhyme scheme needs to be, and that it needs a rhyming couplet at the end. Or if you don't know how to mix your colors, if you want to paint something, learn how to do it. Okay? So this is your call, pile number 2, to learn how to be creative and then go be creative. You're already a creative being. You're already full of that energy. So it's now time to go and hone those skills so that you can be better at it. Okay. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Looks like you've got a fair few number of cards. All right, so first of all, you've got the High Priestess. You have the 9 of Swords. You have the 3 of Wands. You have the 8 of Pentacles. You have the Lovers. And you have the King of Wands. Okay. So, as has happened in pretty much every other reading that I have done for the channel thus far, the Oracle cards and the Tarot cards are telling us pretty close to the same thing. Okay? So, basically, The Eight of Pentacles coming on this, the fairy ring here, it's basically hone your skills, get good at them. These two wands are showing creativity, okay? So by honing your skills, by looking at what you want to learn, you know, you're pulling the creativity into the Three of Wands. You are deciding what it is that you want to learn. Basically, that's what this Nine of Swords is telling me, is that you've had a period where you're like, okay, I'm not good at anything. I have all of these ideas in my head and I can't get them out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not any good at it. Why should I even bother? Okay. But the message that I'm getting for you, pile number 2, is screw that. You know, we're in this world that seems to think that you have to monetize every skill that you have, and you don't. Okay? You can do this just for you. You can do this just as a way to pay homage to your gods, to your spirit guides, to spirit, to the universe, to however you, to the God of your understanding, pile number 2. Okay? Spirit is telling me to tell you, you don't have to make money off of everything. And I'm also getting, this may be the message that I'm supposed to get today. I always get a message for myself when I'm doing these readings, and I think this is mine, is that you don't have to monetize everything. Do it because it's what you feel called to do. If you end up making money on it, wonderful. That means other people are getting something out of it too. But you do not have to monetize everything, pile number 2. Okay. So what else do we have here? The Lovers, for me today, is not about a romantic partnership. It is a alchemical coming together of thought and action. Okay? It is a union of your mind and your spirit that is going to bring forth this creative venture. Okay, pile number 2. So maybe for some of you, it is a romantic relationship, and it's that romantic relationship spark that is causing the creative juices to flow, as it were. I don't know. You know, this is a general reading, so take from it what you will. But the predominant message that I'm getting for you, pile number 2, is you are a creative being. You are made of star stuff, and you are put on this earth to share that creativity with the world. Okay? The urge to procreate, i.e. have children, is only one minuscule aspect of sharing your creativity with the world. Okay? So decide what it is that you want to, the method with which you want to share your message. Is it song? Is it poetry? Is it music? Is it dance? Is it art? Is it content creation? You know, we're on YouTube. I have to throw that in there. What medium is it? Do you need to do a podcast? Do you need to do, I don't know. That's going to be up to you and your higher power to decide what it is. The brush, metaphorically speaking, because it's not just about art, but the brush with which you are going to paint your ideas across the world. Okay? So let's see if our animals have something else to agree with or disagree with or anything like that, okay? So today, you have the Badger. And he says, abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. And you have a Rhinoceros. Still the chatter within to see your true path in life. And then you have Peacock. Protect your heart from those who may cheat before they hurt you. Okay. Yes, we had the Lovers here, and so for one or two of you, or a small number of you, this may in fact represent a romantic relationship and somebody who is thinking of straying. But in general, I really do think that this comes down to creativity, my friends. Okay, so instead of constantly compromising and saying, well, I'm not good enough to have an art gallery showing, or I'm not good enough to perform at the Metropolitan Opera, or I'm not good enough, so I'm not going to do anything because I'm not good enough. Well, screw that, pile number 2. Believe in yourself. Instill that confidence in yourself and fight for it. Know that your gods, your higher power, however you want to call it, they believe in you. They think you're good enough. Okay? And what is enough anyway? And so you have to still that chatter. So we've got our 9 of Swords, and that is kind of reflecting here. Still the chatter in your own mind. Take time and meditate and calm your mind. And when you do that, pile number 2, when you calm your mind, when you find that still, quiet place in your mind, that's when you're going to see the path open in front of you. We have so much chatter going around all the time. Okay? It's the image that I'm getting is just from the music menu. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little. You've got this chatter that goes on. You've got the notifications on your phone. You've got your phone ringing. You've got your email. You've got the television. You've got your family and your pets and the traffic outside and all of the news. And you don't take the time to center and to calm and to just sit with your thoughts. Okay? So that is what I am being instructed to tell you, is just sit with your thoughts. Okay? Pile number 2. And in those thoughts, in that quiet stillness, the path will open in front of you. Okay? Trust yourself. Your affirmation today, I let go and trust. And the peacock, again, for some of you, it may actually be meaning a romantic relationship that is trying to go astray. But for many of you, I'm also getting, when you put yourself out there creatively, like I'm doing right now, like I've done on the channel, like other content creators do, when you put yourself out into the world, you open yourself up to negativity. You open yourself up to people being false to you, to either kissing up to you because they want something from you, or just not being true to you. So when you're doing this, protect your heart, pile number 2, because when you put yourself out there, you are opening yourself up to hurt. So just be aware that there are people, the whole idea of hurt people, where you may be in a situation where these people who are hurt, or they've been berated for their creativity or lack thereof, and so they're going to make fun of whatever it is that you do. Okay, I am an artist. I think I've said that on the channel before. I do acrylic pour painting, I do abstracts, that sort of thing. My drawing talents are non-existent, my friends. Okay, so anytime I do a painting that looks like something, whether it's a tree or a flower or whatever, do a painting that looks like something, I am super excited because, oh my gosh, it's a thing. You can actually tell it's a tree or it's a dock or whatever. And I have had to learn not to worry about what other people are going to say about my paintings that are supposed to represent a real thing, because I know my talents do not lie that direction. The people who can make these paintings that look like photographs, I am just in awe of them. But I do not compare my stick figure to the Mona Lisa, because my talents are not the same as Leonardo da Vinci's. The whole concept of comparison is the thief of joy. If you compare your creative output to someone else's, especially while you're in this period of learning the skills, and if you're constantly comparing your creative output to someone who's been doing it their whole life, then you are always going to have that chatter in your head. Okay? So I encourage you, my dear, beautiful pile number 2, go out and get some skills. Pull up YouTube. If you want to learn something, YouTube can help you out. I joke that I have my degree in YouTube engineering. I have fixed so many things around my house because I've pulled up a video. So learn the skills that you feel that you need, but know this in your heart. If you listen to nothing else from this reading, my friend, know that you don't need anything more than what you already have within you. You hold all the knowledge. You might not realize it yet, but you do. And so go forth and be creative. And if you want someone to share it with who's going to be your cheerleader, look me up, because I will be happy to be your cheerleader. And that is what I have for you today, pile number 2 with the pretty snowflake obsidian. As always, I will link to these cards in the description below. If the reading resonated for you in any way, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that you're probably tired of hearing me say. But it takes you just moments, and it helps us out so much, my friends. If you are financially able to, and it resonated with you so much that you would like to help out the channel in a material way, I'm also going to link below an Amazon wish list. It's got oracle cards and tarot cards and things like that that are useful for the channel. If you do gift us with something, I will be glad to credit you in the videos that we use your gift in, and please accept my abundant gratitude for doing so. Until next time, I hope you have had an amazing week and that your week to come is even better. And we'll see you next time. Bye! And welcome to your reading, pile number 3. You guys chose this pretty gold stone. I'm starting to lose some light here, so I apologize if it's starting to get a little dark on us, but we'll see what we can get done here. As I always do, I will link to the cards below that I'm using for the reading today. And we will start with your shapeshifters. Okay. So today you have Orca Magic. She says, the Akashic Library's open. Oh my goodness. My goodness, my goodness. Let's see. And that you have the Golden Phoenix. Something you thought finished bursts back into life. And as I stated in the intro, this is just a message meant to find you, pile number 3. So, wow, okay. As I have always done, I normalize reading out of the book because I think there's going to be a message that we need from these cards that I can't just intuit. So you have 43 and 12, if that means anything to you. So let's see what 43 says. Okay, so for Orca Magic, the whales are a key to unlocking the mysteries of the past history of the planet, including the times of Lemuria, Atlantis, and the off-planet origins of some life on this planet. When this being comes to you, you are being given a strong message that you are the keeper of galactic mysteries, and you have a strong star person connection. They are strongly connected to the growing need to connect to the galactic web, which we are a strong and vital part of. In order to receive their message, you must allow yourself to hear their song and learn more of the ancient times. When this being appears, it is time to take yourself out at night and gaze up into the night sky. Learn of the constellations you can view from your home. Tune into the worlds beyond this world and ask that they connect with you in healthful ways. Listening to whale song can also help heal any physical ailments you may have. Simply listening to a recording of their song can be healing for you at this time. They can also assist with intergalactic travel without physically leaving the planet. Seal and repair any wounds or tears in your energy field and return to you the parts of your soul that you may be unaware are even missing. Ooh, got chill bumps, my friends. All right, let's see. Let's see what the Phoenix has to say to us. Suspect it's going to be just as deep a message here. So our Golden Phoenix. Passion and desire, will and force, reclaiming health, and new intelligent direction are all on your agenda. Also a theme is your health and fitness, your metabolism, and firing it up is a very strong desire and a sacred duty for you now. You can become stronger, fitter, leaner, and healthier. Golden Phoenix does not speak of having a certain type of body, but she or he will show you how to recreate that which you have been gifted. Health can be reinvigorated. You may learn to run faster, play a sport, or take up yoga. Your physicality can be reshaped. With the Golden Phoenix, it is almost as if you experience another youth. If you follow the Golden One's advice, your own body will be at its most harmonious, comfortable, and working well and supporting you. Candles, lighting fires, and meditating on purifying your diet and following through on the Golden Phoenix messages for you will see you recreate yourself. My goodness, pile number 3. We are off to a fiery start here. So without even getting into the other cards, I'm seeing so far just a message for you that you needed to hear right now, that you need to take care of yourself. Okay, pile number 3, you need to really listen to your body and listen to the squeaks before the engine rumbles to a stop. I don't know where that message came from, but there you go. Okay, so meditation, just when you're in bed in the morning before you get up, just do kind of an inventory. How am I feeling today? Do my hands feel like they're working good? Do my legs? Do my arms? Is my head feeling okay? Just really take an inventory of yourself every day, my friend, and really listen to that higher self that tells you, okay, maybe today we want to walk instead of run because we got a little bit of a twinge going on and you want to not court injury. Or when you get off the treadmill, now it's time to do some stretching because you don't want to injure yourself. But I'm really seeing a lot of connect to your body, get out of your head, but connect to your body and really listen to what it has to say. Okay, let's see what our tarot cards. It feels like you got a weighty pile here, my friends. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. Ooh, got a lot of fire today, which makes sense. You've got the Six of Cups. You have the Knight of Cups. You have the Six of Pentacles. And you have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So I thought that pile number 2 was my pile this week because I always tend to get a pile when I'm doing these readings. This one might be my pile too. I don't know. This whole day might be a message I need to hear as well. Okay, so you got a lot of fire. You've got your Phoenix, and then you've got your Wands, and that represents fire. Then you got water. So it's kind of funny because you've got your Orca with the water, and then your water is over here with the cups. And then you've got earth. So the only thing we're missing is some air. So I will provide that with my voice. Maybe the animals that we got will provide some air for us. But you're on guard right now. Pile number 3 is what I'm saying. You're feeling creative, but you're also feeling very kind of repressed in that creativity, where you're on guard. You don't know what to do, how to do it, anything like that. But I'm seeing 2 knights, okay? And for me, knights tend to represent messages of various types. And so you've got a message about creativity and a message about emotion. So these may come from a live human person. You might get an email or a phone call or a letter or a card or something like that. Or, from a tarot reading. But this might come in the form of a message from a live human person. Or these can be messages from your higher self or your higher power or God of your understanding, that sort of thing. So listen carefully to the universe. These are going to cause your inspired actions. Okay, pile number 3. And so you're faced with some interesting financial dichotomy too. You got your 5 and your 6 of Pentacles. The 5 tells me that you are feeling a little bit stuck financially. You're feeling a little bit without resources right now. Maybe you're looking back nostalgically on a past time when you had more money, or maybe you grew up having more financial and material things, and now that you're an adult, you don't have them. And so you're looking back on that time when you did. But it's time to light that fire in your gut, pile number 3, and really listen to the messages that the universe is telling you, and that will help you find some more abundance. But since I'm seeing the 5 over here and the 6 over here, what I'm getting from that, pile number 3, is that this 5 of Pentacles is rooted in some limiting beliefs, okay? It's rooted in maybe when you were growing up, because the 6 of Cups tends to represent childhood to me, and the lessons we learned in childhood. And maybe growing up, you always heard an adult, whether it was parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, teacher, somebody in your formative years basically told you that it was wrong to want to have money. It was selfish to want to have money. It was, there wasn't enough to go around, and so if you wanted it, you were taken away from someone else. Or, how dare you want better than we gave you? Is any of that resonating with you? Because it's certainly resonating with me. And I just had a bird land in the tree right outside my window, which is usually an indicator for me from Spirit that I'm onto something. So hello, little bird. So that's what I'm seeing with the 5 of Pentacles, is that it's rooted in a limiting belief. And so I encourage you, pile number 3, to really sit with your emotions about money. Listen to, when you think about money, when you open up your credit card statement, how do you feel? Not what do you think. This is all rooted in emotion. Okay? So when you get a bill in the mail, or when you get the auto payment reminder in your email, or however you interact with debt, because everything that we owe is a debt. Debt is not a bad word. It's just a noun. When you owe something, it is a debt. Okay. So when you think about that word, debt, when I say that word, how do you feel right now? Take just a minute, pause the video if you need to, and just sit with that for just a minute. That's the message that my throat's chakra is lighting up, so the energy is flowing through it really fast. When you hear that word, debt, when you hear the word bill, when you hear the word owe, pause this video and sit with that for just a minute. How do you feel? Do you feel a tightness in your throat or in your stomach? Did your hands go clammy? Were you a little dizzy? Did your heart rate increase or decrease? How do you feel emotionally when you think about money? How do you feel emotionally when you think about how money was treated when you were growing up? Okay. So on the other side, we have this abundance. He's got, the dude in the card has got enough that he can share with other people. But I caution you on this side of the reading, don't be so over vigilant and hoarding of your assets pile number 3. Because the harder you hold on to things, the more you're going to skew towards this side of the reading. The more you're going to just dive back into these limiting beliefs. And the more you're going to end up not having enough, or at least feeling like you don't have enough. Okay? If you're holding on so tight that you can't let go, you're going to feel like you don't have enough, even if you've got thousands and thousands of dollars in the bank. You're going to feel that lack. You're going to feel that scarcity. You're going to feel like you don't have what you need to survive because you're holding on to it too tight. So I'm encouraging you to listen to the messages on this side of the reading. Listen to the creative ways that you can share the wealth. How can you pay it forward? Even if you only have $100 in the bank, you can feel this way. And if you've got thousands of dollars in the bank, you can feel this way. It's all about your mindset, my friends. It's all about coming up out of the ashes, listening to the song of the whales, and reconfiguring how you feel and how you act and how you believe. Okay. So let's see what animals we've got to give us a message here. Now that I have rattled on about that a little bit. Okay. So you've got the bat. So you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. Well, isn't that interesting? I'm trying not to make such a mess of this reading here. I like things straight. Okay. Now, what else have we got? Mountain goat. He says, fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. All right, Miss, and we had a cheating card come up with one of the other piles too. I don't know what's up with that. And then we have a baboon. It says, in love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communication is the key. Okay. So again, I don't think that this is like literal unfaithfulness. I don't think your significant other is cheating on you. Although for some of you it might be. This is a general reading. And so you have to kind of take what resonates and throw away the rest. But you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. That's what the bat is saying. It's come down on this side of the reading. Which means, again, whether you've got $100 in the bank or $1,000 in the bank, it's all about how you think about that amount. Is that lack or is that abundance? Okay. And so you have the power, pile number 3, to transcend what the concept of failure means to you. It's not that you have the power to transcend failure. It's the power to transcend what does that even mean to you. So sit, think about what does failure feel like? What does lack feel like? What does, do those words debt and bill and all of that, what do those feel like in your body? So that you can reprogram your body to react differently when it hears those words. When you're fighting for love or ardent declarations, to hide unfaithfulness. I think this is our outlier, and I'm going to come back to the mountain goat. But this is funny. Again, cards are talking and telling us similar messages. It's really interesting that yours are kind of two separate sides to the same coin. But the fact that love is and emotion is coming down over here, I'm seeing this as heartfelt communication with yourself and with your divine powers, whether that's God, the universe, whatever that higher power is to you. That is the communication that I'm seeing for you. Okay, pile number 3. I want you to be honest in your communication with the divine. I mean, it's really hard not to be, because they're going to see through any kind of dishonesty or anything that you might be putting up. But I really encourage you to be honest and be open in your communication. And be honest and open in your communication with yourself. It is so easy for us, especially if we're in this mindset of scarcity and lack and all of that. It's so easy for us to lie to ourselves and say, well, I really didn't want that hamburger. I've got food at home. I'll just go eat something at home and it'll be better. Because what you're saying is, I can't really afford to eat out, and therefore I'm going to go and make do with what I've got at home, right? So think about how you phrase things. As an example, one of the ways I am trying to kind of reprogram my own brain when it comes to scarcity versus abundance is that instead of saying, when I can afford to whatever, fill in the blank, when I can afford to, I'm going to buy new bookshelves or whatever. Okay. Instead of saying that, I am now telling myself, at my earliest opportunity. Doesn't that sound better? Doesn't that make you feel better? It makes me feel better. If you want to use it, by all means, go right ahead. I'm still being honest with myself, because I know that takes into consideration the idea of when I can afford to do it. But it's also helping me reframe what being able to afford to do something even means to me. So that, I think, is all I have for you all. This mountain goat, I just don't even know. I think it's just another admonishment to be honest with yourself, is what I'm getting from that. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with those people who love you and you trust. But that is my message for you this week, pile number 3. I hope something about the reading resonated with you. If it did, I would really appreciate a big old thumbs up from you down below. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. Let me know what you got out of the reading. And, it just takes you a second to hit that little thumbs up, but it really does make a difference in our engagement with our viewers. If you are financially able to, this is never ever expected, but would certainly be appreciated. We have an Amazon wish list linked below in the description, and if you would like to and are able to gift us with some new oracle cards or some new tarot cards, we would really appreciate it. And if we do receive a gift from you, we will definitely credit you in the videos where we use the deck. I will make sure I note who sent it to us so that we can give you a big old shout out, because we really appreciate it. It would definitely help the channel, us be able to create refreshing and new content for you guys. So I hope you have had an amazing, amazing week, and that your week ahead is even better. And until next time, we will see you then. Bye now.